Well, during the summer of 1962, over 1,000 arrests took place in the small town of Albany, Georgia. The all-white city council refused to negotiate with the movement leaders, and they went to court to stop the marches. They got a federal injunction that prohibited all marches and specifically named the leaders of the Albany movement and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Well, that night, the movement met at the Shiloh Baptist Church to discuss whether or not they should violate a federal injunction. And at one point during the mass meeting, the local minister, a man by the name of the Reverend Samuel Wells, stood up and addressed the congregation. And he said his name wasn't on any injunction, and he would lead the march the next day. Well, later that evening, the Reverend Ralph Abernathy introduced this next song to the congregation. And once again, a song that began as a spiritual became a new song of freedom as the Reverend Wells led the march down to Albany City Hall the next day singing this song. 1, 2, 3. Turn me around, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Now these were very simple songs. The verse on this song is one line. You didn't even have to make up a rhyme. You could create a new verse on the spot for any situation you were in. All you needed was a song leader to holler out the lyrics, and everybody could join in. Something like this right here. Ain't gonna let no injunction turn me around. Here we go. Ain't gonna let no injunction turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no injunction turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let no jailhouse, ain't gonna let no jailhouse turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no jailhouse turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Let's play it one time. Now, the chief of police of this little town was a man named Chief Pritchett, and he was notorious for using violence against the civil rights demonstrators. So they decided they would shine a light on this injustice. And they did it by naming Chief Pritchett in many of their songs, including this one. As a matter of fact, a nationally televised CBS documentary would later show footage of student demonstrators being dragged off to jail singing this next verse. Ain't gonna let Chief Pritchett turn me around. Here we go. Ain't gonna let Chief Pritchett turn me